Good afternoon, Mrs. Norris here. So I'm going to show you how to test your HTML code for our activity, a picture perfect trip, and then how to both get an URL for that test, as well as take a screenshot and add it to your document that you've been assigned. Okay, so at this point, you should have answered all of the questions and then completed the perfect project. There was a tutorial here that showed you how to complete the activity itself. And so what I'm going to show you now is how to submit it. Okay, so I'm going to go to my finished HTML. Okay, so I have my picture perfect Ireland trip. I have all the things that were required in the task directions. And so now what I want to do is copy the HTML code. So I'm going to go over to the HTML code side and I'm going to select all. And then I'm going to copy. Okay. Now that copy is saved to my clipboard, and as long as I don't copy anything else, it will stay there. All right. So post the code here and click run. So I'm going to click on the word here and I'm going to go to this web page. Okay. There's code already here that we don't need. So I'm going to select it all and I'm going to hit delete. And then I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste my code from Con. Okay. So let me run that through one more time. So in Con, I right clicked on my HTML code side. I selected all. And then I right clicked again and I copied. And then I clicked on my document and I selected the word here to take me to the Try It editor and I pasted it in the window on the left. Okay, so all of my code is there. I'm going to go ahead and click run. And you can see that my code is showing up on the right hand side. Okay, so there are two things that we need to do. One thing that we need to do is save the code to get a URL address and paste that URL address here. And we also need to resize our Chrome screen and take a screenshot of the picture perfect trip and put that screenshot down here. All right, so I'm going to go back to Try It Editor. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to save it. Now this, because you guys are much younger, this is called floppy disk. This is how files were saved back in the Stone Ages when I was your age. And so this image here is used for saving. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the Save button. If I want to save this code, then I'm going to have to make sure that I know that I'm agreeing to terms and conditions. There's nothing in here that's going to be detrimental or bad for me as a person, so I'm not worried about it. So I'm going to go ahead and click Save. And now I have the code, the URL code. So hovering over, I'm not clicking anything. If I hover over it and then I right click, I can copy that link address and then go back to my document. And I'm going to select the word here. And then if I right click, I can add a link. And then I'm going to paste that link here. Okay. So now when I, as your teacher, come to this page, I can go ahead and click on this and it will take me to your code. It's kind of updating, so I need to click on run when it's done. And now my code is there. And I, as your teacher, can look to see that you filled this out completely. Now, just in case your code isn't working, the other thing that we want to do is take a screenshot. So I'm back on my original page. I'm going to go ahead and click this, close that tab. I'm back on my original Try It page. So I'm going to go ahead and X out of this. And the directions tell me to resize my Chrome screen so the entire picture perfect trip is available. So I need to zoom down to make it smaller. So however you can zoom down to make it smaller. I know for me on a Mac, it's Command minus. It's different if you're on a Chromebook or a PC. So something to zoom out. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom out. until I can see the whole of my project. And now I'm going to take a screen capture of what I've got here. So I'm going to take a screen capture of the project here. I don't need the whole screen, only my code and then the result. You can see it over here. And then I'm going to go back to my project. Hold on one second. And it's down over here, so I'm just going to click and drag it. So now my project is there. Now I, as your teacher, can look both at the screen capture of your code with your finished project, as well as click on the link and look at your code there. So I have two options to check your work. So once you have both the code, the correct URL address, the correct link address, and then the screenshot, then this project is done and you can turn it in to me on Canvas. So you'll go back to the Canvas page and submit your work that way.